And what up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. My name is Leslie Smith, and I am back with you today with another comic book review. I'm so disappointed in myself that I waited this long to get into comic books. I have missed out so much. So Lock and Key, Welcome to Lovecraft is actually the very first comic book that I owned. My friend Steven actually bought this for me for my birthday. I would have read it last month when I got it, but the Owl Magical Redefined prompts came out and I decided I was going to use this one for my potions exam. So potions had to be a book that was 150 pages or less. So I decided to put off reading it till this month so I could use it for that. And so I actually read it all in one sitting. No big surprise there. I started reading Magician Apprentice and I kind of got to a couple of chapters that had a lot where the author just dropped a lot of knowledge on me, and I wanted to let that sink in and kind of take a break because I don't want to read too much at one time when I'm trying to let it sink in so I can fully appreciate the world building and character development going on. So what I'll do is I'll sometimes kind of take a break and switch over to something else to break that up a bit. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go grab Lock and Key and just read a little bit of that. And a little bit turned into all of it. So this is a comic book that came out in January of 2020. And then Netflix actually, they put out their film adaptation of the series in February of 2020. I did watch the Netflix series first because my friend Steven told me to. And I was not impressed whatsoever. It just seemed like very cliche. Father was murdered, and then magically the family inherits a big house out in the middle of nowhere, and they all move there, and things start to happen. So I was turned off from the beginning, but I kept going. And after about 5 episodes in, finally the part of the story that made it interesting and stand out, the fact that there are several keys that open different doors in the house that allow you to do different things, that finally started standing out. And after episode 5, I was hooked. And when it was over, Steven said, well, you know, it's a comic book series, right? And I was like, no, but I think I'd want to read it. And then it showed up for my birthday. Thank you, Steven. It is written by Joe Hill and it is illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. I wasn't that impressed with the art. Sorry. It just, I would say, let me back up and change that. I was not impressed with all of the art. Some of it was absolutely amazing, and then some of it was kind of just ordinary. I don't know how to explain it other than that's just my personal opinion. That's what I got out of it. It did not detract from my enjoyment at all. I loved this comic and I cannot wait to get the next one. So the comic does not, so I will tell you the Netflix series does go further out than the first comic. I've got to get more to see. I'm not sure which one goes the furthest out yet. I'm new to this whole comic business, but I do know that after reading it, the first volume doesn't match up to the series. The second thing I'm going to tell you is in just the first 30 pages, this comic had a much better beginning than the TV series did. What the TV show took 5 episodes to do, they did in the first 30 pages a much more interesting and better cohesive way. They wasted so much time in that TV show. What I realized reading the comic is they wasted a whole lot of time on just dumb stuff in the TV show that the comic didn't. But I will also commend Netflix that they only changed, from what I have seen so far, they only changed one thing from the comic to the show, and that is when the young man who murdered the father of the Locke family. In the show, he acted alone. In the comic, he had an accomplice. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The accomplice was there for the murder, but he just kind of disappeared. Never heard from again. Like, he was just there and helped Sam with the murder, and then don't know what happened to him. I love this comic. I would definitely recommend it. If you have not read the comic, but you've seen the show and you loved the show, you will absolutely eat this book up. I mean, the cover is beautiful. It's excellent quality. I can't wait to finish this. I cannot wait to continue the series. But just in case you've never heard of the comic and you didn't watch the show on Netflix, Lock and Key, Welcome to Lovecraft, tells the story of the Key House, an unlikely New England mansion with fantastic doors that transform all who dare to walk through them, and home to a hate-filled and relentless creature that will not rest until it forces open the most terrible door of them all. I'm definitely going to check out more on Joe Hill. From what I understand, he has some other series out that are really stellar. I mean, this is my first exposure to Joe Hill's work, but from looking at the back here, it says Lock and Key creator Hill is a past recipient of the Bram Stoker Award, the World Fantasy Award, the International Thriller Award, and the Sidney J. Bounds Best Newcomer Award. I mean, this guy has quite the track record. So I'm definitely going to get more on this. And you know, I will share it with you when I find it. So if you've been on the fence about Lock and Key, I hope this little video pushed you over on the side of getting this book. It's so worth it. If you get it, come back and comment below and let me know what you think. Or if you have it, I also want to know what you think. But with that, I am off. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.